I woke up in a random house. It was raining outside. I didn't know where I was. I made my way out the house to have a better look where I was located at. I managed to find a long stick for myself. It would be really useful for the zombies I would meet. I was gonna make my way further inside the city. I found myself a hoodie. It had 12 slots, more than my old jacket. Because in this server, it's all about the storage you have. I was lucky enough to find some rounds and food. I ate the food, and I was gonna make my way further inside the city for some better loot. I found some gloves for myself, because in this server you can't really do much without gloves. And I managed to find some new boots for myself too. This is where I stumbled across my first zombie in this life. I found a hatchet, but I wasn't quick enough to grab it. I jumped on the fence and tried to hit him from over here. But I wasn't gonna reach him. He was too far down. I fell down. I was lucky enough to not get hit by the shot. I was quick enough to grab the hatchet, and I was able to kill him. I found a new jacket. It had more slots than my previous one. And I found a helmet to prevent concussions. I was gonna make my way to the police station to find some guns and ammo and some better gear. I managed to find a backpack for myself. It was a big find in the server. I was lucky enough to find a zombie that had a stab vest. I made my way inside the police station. I was able to find my first weapon in this police station. I chambered my first round in this weapon. And the next door I opened, I found myself an SSG. It was a really big find. I was so happy with it. I was able to find a new mag for my pistol. My old one was badly damaged, and this was worn. I was really lucky to find an SSG mag, and it had 3 rounds in it. I made my way up to the roof, where I was surprised with a box of 9mm rounds. I loaded them with my freshly found pistol. And 2 steps forward there was a clock. It was damaged, and my old pistol was badly damaged, so I swapped them out. I was able to find a new mag with some rounds from IntenZ. I now had a full mag from IntenZ. I was very lucky to find all of this stuff in the beginning of this journey. I was able to find a better melee weapon in the shed, a pitchfork. And right as I thought, my luck wouldn't get any better, I found 2 gun cleaning kits in this guardhouse. My next stop was gonna be the hospital. I managed to find some good medication for myself. It was for concussions. I was able to find some medication for sepsis. I had rumble with a zombie out here. I found a syringe. Now I was able to use the bottled medication. I found a paramedic jacket where you could put a small medical bag inside. I got myself some better bands. It had 18 slots. My old ones had 9. I was lucky enough to find some more medical supplies. I went outside the hospital with the most medical supplies I have ever gotten from here. And right as I went outside, I saw a dead survivor on my right. I looked around, maybe to find some other survivors nearby. This player probably died of the zombies or some kind of injury or illness. He didn't have much on him. A can of beans and a lighter. The lighter would be really useful to light fires in this server. I ate his beans right in this bush, right next to him. I now had some food inside my stomach. I found some more beans inside this house, but these beans were rotten, so I needed the right medication to eat them. I was lucky to have some medication for them. So I injected myself with the medication and ate them. I had found a cooking pot. This would be really useful to store water or cook food inside. I was gonna make my way up to the well, but right as I was going, I saw something in the corner of my eye. Somebody had planted some crops. These crops would save me from my hunger in the future. I ate the freshly found tomatoes and zucchinis, and now I was gonna make my way to the well. I was surprised with a horde of zombies at the well. It wasn't a great view. I was lucky that the zombies went away from the well. I had only aggroed one on me. And right as I got to the well, one had aggroed on me again. I took care of him, and now I was able to make my way to the well. I filled up my cooking pot, and now I was able to head west. I dropped my helmet because I now had the right medication to cure concussions, if I ever got it from the zombies. I had a drink from the cooking pot, and now I was gonna go west. It wouldn't be Daisy if there was not any problems. I got a scratch. I had a look at my shoes, and they were ruined. I needed to find some shoes really fast. I was gonna head straight to Balota airfield to find some shoes or rags I could make shoes out of. I drank the last drop of water I had in my cooking pot and started heading to the Balota airfield. I made my way inside the south side of Balota airfield to find some shoes in the tents. I didn't find any shoes in this tent. That was really unlucky. I was heading to the Camonite building to find some shoes there, but I found a field west. It was a lucky find. Right next to the west I found a blood trail. It was someone's blood trail, and he couldn't be far from here. I headed right to this house to find myself a pair of shoes. But I was surprised with footsteps in the house. There was someone inside. I was right that there was gonna be someone nearby. I laid down right next to the windows. I was gonna try to wait him out. But I just didn't have the patience to wait him out. I was gonna try to shoot him through the windows. I didn't get the right angle to shoot him. He was in the other room. I didn't really want to peek the windows, cause maybe he had a gun. I knew that he wouldn't come out the house anytime soon. So I peeked the window again and shot him. I was gonna try to finish him off, but I was surprised with a server crash. That was really unlucky. I managed to get back inside the server. I was gonna wait for him to log back in the server. I waited and waited for him to log back in the server, but he never did. I think he was just mad and thought he lost all of his progress. I had a last look inside of the house. Maybe he was inside. But he wasn't inside the house. He was long gone. I got out of the house and made my way to this shed. I found a note that read: First life in the darkness of Elektrosavatsk. I found a lit flare and tried to make a fire, but as soon as I picked it up, I got chased by a maniac with a pipe wrench. I managed to escape into the darkness. I ate the last bit of food I had. It wasn't much, but it was gonna be enough for me. My next stop was gonna be Balota town. When I arrived at Balota, I was gonna try to find myself some shoes, or maybe rags, that I could use to make rag shoes. I was able to find some pants that I could make rags out of. I made rags and made myself some shoes, finally. I disinfected the rags and made myself some shoes. I found a new hat for myself. It will keep me warm. I found myself a box of 357 rounds, a compass, and a raincoat. I made some rags from the raincoat, and I was gonna head to the west now. I made myself some extra pairs of rag shoes, so I would need it sometime soon. I found myself a crowbar in the shed. It would be a really good melee weapon, and it can be used as a knife. I made my way to Komarovo. This would be my next stop. I found the Saiga mag. It had one bullet in it. I unloaded it, cause maybe I'll need it sometime soon. I went inside the police station to find some gear, or maybe some ammo, or better, weapons. But there wasn't much. Somebody has been faster than me and looted this place before me. But I managed to find a better backpack for myself. It had more storage. It was a really lucky find at this point. There wasn't much in this police station, only a couple of pistols, nothing much more. Nothing that I would need. My next stop was gonna be the Tier 4 military at the west side of the map. I was hoping to find some higher weapons there. This was the town called Kamenka. There wasn't anything I would need there, so I just went by. I finally arrived at the destination, the Tier 4 military checkpoint, on the west side of the map. I scouted it out for a minute, and then headed straight into the military checkpoint, hoping to find some good loot. Right as I got in the military base, I was surprised with a nearby gas bomb warning. I went out the military and ran to the coast, hoping to not get gas bombed. I ran as fast as I could. I didn't want to lose this life right here and right now. I waited in this bush, hoping that the military I was trying to loot doesn't get gas bombed. I waited a couple of seconds, and then I headed straight back into the military. I was really lucky that the military base didn't get gas bombed. I have been too lucky on this journey. I managed to find some new pants for myself and some Mosin ammo. These pants had 24 slots. My old ones only had 18, so it was a win-win. I got myself a canteen. It was really lucky to find that here. I got myself a new hat too. I got myself a field jacket. That's a really good find. It had a good camo and 18 slots. It had more than my old one. I had a little bit of trouble with the zombies here, but I was able to take care of them. I got myself a pistol flashlight for my Glock. It would be really useful for the night time. I found some ammo for my SSG too, a full box of. I found a tactical vest that had 24 slots. I was gonna swap it out with my old vest. I found a box of 45 ACP too. It would be really useful if I could get a pistol for that caliber. I took a pill of paracetamol for my pain. And now I was gonna make my way out this military base. And right as I got out of there, I was surprised with a gas bomb. I was very lucky to get out of there before the gas bomb. I was gonna fill my canteen in this river and use the chlorine tablets to purify it. I filled my stomach with water and refilled the canteen again and purified. And now I was gonna head to Metal, the summer camp. I found some rotten can of bacon up this tower. I was gonna eat it because I had the right medication for it. I took the right medication and I ate it. I couldn't eat everything because I had a stomach problem, but I was gonna be alright for that. I was heading straight to the summer camp now. I was gonna try find some good loot over there. I drank some water to fill my thirst. I found myself some binoculars. They would be useful to scout some places out. I knew I was going in the right direction. I just needed to follow the train tracks and the river to get to the summer camp. I once again refilled my canteen and purified it. I was doing really good on thirst and hunger. My thirst was full and my hunger was also fine. Now I just needed to get to the summer camp. I heard some deer not far from me, but I didn't bother to hunt. I didn't want to make noise. I was also doing good on food. I stumbled across a town. I saw some houses and I wanted to check it. Maybe I wasn't going the right way. I found myself a balaclava. It would be good for camo. I managed to find some new boots for myself too. I didn't want to use the rag ones, because they were green. I was once again surprised. I heard wolves at the distance. I was going to make a run for it. I didn't want to mess with them. But it was a bad idea to run, because I would lose a lot of hunger, and I didn't have food on me right now too. I managed to get away from the wolves. But I didn't know it at this point that the wolves pushed me off my track. I found a farm place. I didn't know where I was going. The wolves pushed me far away from the summer camp direction. I found a town close to the farm place. Now I just needed to find a sign that says the town name. I found myself a witch hood. It would be good for camouflage. There wasn't much more in this hunting store, but it was alright. I managed to find the sign that says the town name. I was at Pavlova. I was really far away from the summer camp. I needed to find a way back to the right track, but it was gonna be hard. I found hunter bands. They had good camouflage and the same storage my previous one has had. I took care of the evidence I left here. I threw it away, the Psychomite and the patrol bands. Do not leave any evidence behind. I finally arrived at my destination, the summer camp. I scouted out the place for a little bit to make sure no survivors were nearby. I made my way in the summer camps. I was surprised with a blaze. It was a really lucky find. Now I just needed to get some ammo for it. I found a better jacket for myself too. It had really good camouflage. I swapped it out with my old one. I found myself a new hat. It had better camouflage than my previous one. And some new boots. Right as I thought my luck wouldn't get much better, I found a car 98. It was even better than the blaze I just found. Now I just needed to find some ammo for it. I got myself some new pants. It had even better camouflage than my old ones. I was so surprised to find a full box of Kar 98 rounds. They are really hard to find. I was lucky. I opened my freshly found Kar 98 ammo box and loaded them in my car. I didn't find any ammo for the blaze I found, so I threw it away. There was no use for it. It would just occupy a lot of storage. I wanted to make my way up to the military checkpoint, which was just a couple of 100 meters away from the summer camp. But I couldn't do it. The military had been gasping. Now I just need to wait it out to be able to loot it. I was gonna have a quick nap behind some trees to wait the gas swap out. When I woke up, I was lucky to find that the military had been just cleared out from the gas. I was now able to loot the military, to maybe get some better loot, some higher weapons. I found some POX vials, 2 of them in this tent. They would be useful in the future. I found a box of 545 by 39, which would be really useful if I could find myself an AK-based rifle. I found a new mask for myself, a camo bandana. It has a really good camo. I got myself an assault helmet. I wouldn't be one shot now if I ever got shot in the head. That was a really lucky find. I was almost done with looting the place, and I just got hit with the server restart. I loaded back in the server to maybe find some more loot that had been just respawned. I found a box of 9 by 39 rounds. It will be useful if I find a weapon that uses these rounds. I had a little bit of trouble with the zombies too, but I managed to kill them. I found a BSO scope. It would be useful if I can find a gun that uses it. And there it was, a VSS. I was happy to find it, because now I have ammo and a scope for it. I unloaded my SSG and threw it away, because it was no use for me now. Thanks for watching part 1 of our Dayz adventure. See you in our next part. Don't forget to leave a subscribe and a like. It will really help me out. See ya!